This is why many elderly people will not live past 80. If you are old, you need to see this now. Hey there, my friends. Welcome back to the channel, where we talk about living your best life, staying healthy, and finding joy as we age. I'm so glad you're here today, because we're diving into a topic that's incredibly important for anyone over 50, or really anyone who wants to live a long, vibrant life. The title of today's video might sound a little intense. This is why many elderly people will not live past 80. If you are old, you need to see this now. But don't worry, this isn't about scaring you. It's about empowering you with knowledge, practical tips, and a little bit of wisdom to help you thrive well into your golden years. I'm speaking to you today as someone who's been in the trenches of health and wellness for years, working with folks just like you, middle-aged, seniors, or those caring for loved ones. Think of me as your friendly doctor or counselor, sitting down with you over a cup of coffee, sharing what I've learned about aging well. My goal is to help you understand why so many people don't make it past 80, and more importantly, what you can do to beat the odds. This video is going to be packed with insights, stories, and actionable advice. We'll talk about the habits, mindsets, and choices that can make or break your health as you age. So, grab a notebook, maybe a glass of water, and let's get started. If you find this helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a video. All right, let's dive in. Part 1. The hard truth about aging. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Not everyone makes it to 80, and even fewer live past that in good health. According to the CDC, the average life expectancy in the United States is around 78 years. In the UK, it's slightly higher, about 81. But here's the kicker. Those numbers don't tell the whole story. Many people spend their final years battling chronic illnesses, mobility issues, or mental health struggles. That's not the kind of life we want, right? So, why do so many people fall short of a long, healthy life? It's not just genetics, though that plays a role. Research shows that lifestyle choices account for up to 70% of how long and how well we live. That means the choices you're making right now, what you eat, how you move, how you think, are shaping your future. Let me share a story. I once worked with a patient named Tom, a 62-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. Tom was the kind of guy who loved his burgers, rarely exercised, and always said, "I'll worry about my health later." By the time he came to me, he was dealing with high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and constant fatigue. He told me, "Doc, I thought I had time to fix this." Sadly, Tom passed away at 74, not because of bad luck, but because years of small, unhealthy choices added up. Tom's story isn't unique. The truth is, many elderly people won't live past 80 because of preventable issues, heart disease, diabetes, obesity, and even loneliness. But here's the good news. You have the power to change your path. Let's break down the key reasons why people struggle to reach 80 and beyond, and what you can do about it. Part 2. The 5 silent killers of longevity. I call these the silent killers because they creep up slowly, often unnoticed until it's too late. These are the habits and conditions that rob people of their health in years. Let's go through them one by one. Silent killer number 1, poor nutrition. You probably heard the saying, "You are what you eat." Well, it's true, especially as we age. A diet high in processed food, sugar, and unhealthy fats is like pouring sand into your car's gas tank. It clogs up your system and leads to heart disease, diabetes, and inflammation. For example, let's talk about Sarah, a 55-year-old woman I met at a wellness seminar in California. Sarah loved her daily soda and fast food lunches. She didn't think much of it until she was diagnosed with prediabetes. When we worked together, she swapped out soda for water with lemon, started eating more vegetables, and added lean proteins like chicken and fish. Within 6 months, her blood sugar levels improved, and she had more energy than she'd had in years. What you can do, aim for a colorful plate. Fill half your plate with vegetables. Think spinach, broccoli, or sweet potatoes. Cut back on sugar. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 6 teaspoons of added sugar per day for women and 9 for men. Try the Mediterranean diet. It's rich in fruits, veggies, whole grains, and healthy fats like olive oil. Studies show it can reduce your risk of heart disease by up to 30%. Don't skip breakfast. A balanced breakfast with protein, like eggs or Greek yogurt, can stabilize your blood sugar and keep you full. Silent killer number 2, lack of physical activity. Here's a sobering stat. According to the National Institute on Aging, only about 30% of adults over 65 get regular exercise. Movement is medicine, folks. Without it, your muscles weaken, your joints stiffen, and your heart struggles to keep up. I remember meeting John, a 68-year-old from London, who hadn't exercised since his college football days. He started having trouble climbing stairs and felt out of breath just walking to the mailbox. We started small, 10-minute walks around his neighborhood. Over time, he worked up to 30 minutes a day, added some light strength training, and even joined a local senior fitness class. Today, at 72, John says he feels like he's 50 again. What you can do, start small. Even 10 minutes of walking a day can make a difference. Find something you enjoy. Dancing, gardening, or swimming can be just as effective as hitting the gym. Aim for 150 minutes of moderate exercise per week, as recommended by the CDC. That's about 20 minutes a day. Don't forget strength training. Lifting light weights or doing bodyweight exercises like squats can keep your muscles strong and prevent falls. Silent killer number 3, chronic stress. Stress is a silent killer because it affects every part of your body, your heart, your immune system, even your brain. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels, which can lead to high blood pressure, weight gain, and even memory problems. Take Linda, a 60-year-old nurse from Texas. She was juggling a demanding job, caring for her aging parents, and worrying about her finances. She started having panic attacks and couldn't sleep. When we worked together, Linda learned mindfulness techniques and started journaling. She also made time for herself, even if it was just 10 minutes a day to sip tea and listen to music. Those small changes helped her feel calmer and more in control. What you can do, practice deep breathing. Try the 4-7-8 technique. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Set boundaries. It's okay to say no to things that overwhelm you. Try mindfulness or meditation. Apps like Calm or Headspace are great for beginners. Connect with others. Talking to a friend or joining a support group can lighten your emotional load. Silent killer number 4, social isolation. This one hits hard, especially for seniors. Humans are social creatures, and loneliness can be as harmful to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day, according to a study from Brigham Young University. As we age, we might lose friends, move away from family, or retire from social workplaces, making it easier to feel isolated. I'll never forget Margaret, a 75-year-old widow from Chicago. After her husband passed, she stopped going out and spent most of her days watching TV. She told me, "I just don't feel like I belong anywhere." We worked on small steps. She joined a book club at her local library and started volunteering at a community center. Those connections gave her a new sense of purpose. And she told me it was like waking up after years of being asleep. What you can do, reach out, call a friend or family member, even if it's just a chat for 10 minutes. Join a group. Look for local clubs, church groups, or senior centers that host activities. Volunteer. Helping others can boost your mood and give you a sense of purpose. Embrace technology. Video calls or social media can help you stay connected, even from afar. Silent killer number 5, ignoring mental health. Your mind is just as important as your body. Depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline are common as we age, but they're not inevitable. Unfortunately, many seniors don't seek help because of stigma or the belief that it's just part of getting old. I worked with Robert, a 70-year-old veteran from Florida, who was struggling with depression after losing his brother. He didn't want to talk about it, saying, "I should just tough it out." But after a few sessions, he opened up and started therapy. He also found comfort in writing poetry, which helped him process his grief. Today, Robert says he feels more hopeful than he has in years. What you can do, talk to someone. A therapist, counselor, or even a trusted friend can make a big difference. Stay mentally active. Puzzles, reading, or learning a new skill can keep your brain sharp. Watch for signs. If you're feeling hopeless, withdrawn, or forgetful, don't ignore it. Reach out to a doctor. Practice gratitude. Writing down 3 things you're thankful for each day can boost your mood. Part 3. The power of small changes. Now, I know this might sound like a lot. Changing your diet, exercising, managing stress. It can feel overwhelming. But here's the secret. You don't have to do it all at once. Small, consistent changes add up over time. Let's go back to Tom, the patient I mentioned earlier. If he had started making small changes in his 50s, swapping one soda for water, walking 10 minutes a day, checking in with a doctor, he might still be here today. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. Here's a simple plan to get you started. This week, replace one unhealthy snack with a piece of fruit. Take a 10-minute walk 3 times this week. This month, try one new healthy recipe and practice deep breathing for 5 minutes a day. This year, aim to build a routine, 30 minutes of movement most days, regular checkups with your doctor, and at least one social activity a week. Part 4. Inspiration from those who've made it. Let's lighten things up with some inspiration. I want to share the story of Betty, an 85-year-old from Seattle who's living proof that you can thrive well past 80. Betty was diagnosed with arthritis in her 60s, but she didn't let it stop her. She started swimming at her local YMCA, eating more plant-based meals, and joining a knitting group to stay connected. Today, she's teaching her grandkids how to knit, swimming 3 times a week, and even started a blog about aging gracefully. Betty told me, "I decided I wasn't going to let my age define me." Then there's George, a 90-year-old from Manchester, England. George walks a mile every morning, eats a hearty breakfast of oatmeal and fruit, and spends his afternoons volunteering at a local animal shelter. He says, "Staying active and giving back keeps me young." These folks aren't superheroes. They're just like you. They made choices to prioritize their health, stay connected, and keep a positive outlook. You can do the same. Part 5. The role of mindset. Before we wrap up, let's talk about mindset. Your attitude toward aging can make a huge difference. If you believe that getting older means slowing down and giving up, that's what's likely to happen. But if you see aging as an opportunity to grow, learn, and live fully, you're more likely to take care of yourself. One of my favorite quotes is from the poet Maya Angelou. "You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them." Aging is inevitable, but how you age is up to you. Embrace the wisdom you've gained, the stories you've lived, and the chance to make every day count. Wow! We've covered a lot today, haven't we? I hope you're walking away from this video feeling inspired and empowered to take charge of your health. To recap, the reasons many elderly people don't live past 80 often come down to 5 silent killers: poor nutrition, lack of exercise, chronic stress, social isolation, and ignoring mental health. But you have the power to change that. Start small, stay consistent, and surround yourself with people who lift you up. I want to leave you with a challenge. Pick one thing from this video to try this week. Maybe it's drinking more water, taking a short walk, or calling a friend you haven't talked to in a while. Whatever it is, take that first step. You deserve to live a long, healthy, and joyful life. If you found this video helpful, please give a thumbs up, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe for more tips on healthy aging. Let me know in the comments what you're going to try this week. I'd love to hear from you. And if you have a story about how you're thriving in your golden years, share that too. Your wisdom could inspire someone else. Thanks for spending this time with me. You're not just getting older, you're getting wiser, stronger, and more resilient. Keep shining, my friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.